hair of the man, if you know what I mean. What is going on, guys? How y'all doing on this Tuesday evening? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and we are here live for my live review of last night's episode of Monday Night Raw. This was the March 8th, 2021 edition of Monday Night Raw. As always, it took place at the WWE ThunderDome at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. This was the second to last episode of Raw before Fastlane, taking place later this month, March 21st, 2021, again at the WWE ThunderDome. I'm sure y'all getting tired of me saying that. I am too. This was the fallout also from last week's historic title reign. Well, historic win for the almighty Bobby Lashley as he became WWE Champion. As far as the rest of the show goes, what else is new? It's Raw, and it sucked. We had a bunch of stuff that meant absolutely nothing. We had some stuff that was, well, there was two things I definitely say I liked on this show. The stuff they did with Bobby Lashley, and the match between Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. But this show, though, to me, gave me a very, very early pick for worst segment of the year. And it is also, to me, setting up maybe possibly the worst storyline of the year. We'll talk about that as usual with my Raw reviews anymore, because the shows are so long and they're so pointless and they're so terrible. I'm going to kind of bounce around a little bit. This one, maybe not as much, because the first hour of Raw was actually pretty good. Well, the first half of Raw, I'll give it credit. We didn't have much happen, but it was not bad stuff. But as the show went on, oh my God, did it dip. It really, really, really dipped. Especially with one segment that we got. You know, I'm going to talk about at some point. It's going to be very interesting, guys. It's going to blow you away. It's going to be so... Hello? Is this thing on? Huh? Hello? Oh. It's, so good because, you guys understand cause and effect. You understand all this stuff that, happens. Yeah, I'm not implying that anyone's stupid here or anything. Yeah, you know what I'm hinting at. We got... Oh, gosh. Let's continue trend. This show sucks. And, it's not like we don't have the talent. We have the talent. Ask someone by the name of, Peyton Royce. Let's talk about that first before we actually talk about this episode of Raw. I don't know if anybody watched Raw Talk. I don't watch Raw Talk or Talking Smack, really. I usually just catch an interview that's, very buzzing. Whether it's been, Big E, Daniel Bryan, mentioning CM Punk, of course, in his, Cesaro, and the most recent one. And let me say this right now. These interviews are getting very personal and very, very deep. That the fact that I could see Vince McMahon canceling Talking Smack or even Raw Talk because of, what it's doing, the attention it's getting, because it's not the people that he wants getting the mainstream attention, not people he wants to get the pushes. Peyton Royce is the latest, to really get some mainstream attention based off of an excellent, heartfelt promo she cut on Talking Smack. I'm sorry, Raw Talk. She basically sat down and said, let's get one thing straight here, basically. And, she mentions, how she packed up in Australia, moved across the country to live her dream. She knows she belongs here. And she basically said she feels like she's being held back. She basically got emotional and said that she feels underappreciated. Mentions how, she feels she can do this better than 98% of the roster, even the other 2%. We get the same old crap. She said that. And basically she said, enough of this, give me Asuka. Slams the microphone down and walks away. Hats off to Peyton for that. That was excellent. Again, Peyton Royce, I thought at times the Iconics were annoying, but give both her and Billy credit. They actually, when they find something that's in their niche, like Billy Kay with the whole resume thing, yes, is it really making Billy Kay that big of a deal to me? No, but it stands out as something okay, it's fine. Peyton Royce also, so much singles potential. But then, again, I don't know if it's because, she had the blonde hair going, then she dyed it purple, and then I'm like, never mind, you'll be Lacey Evans' tag team partner. Again, if you're going to keep her in a tag team, then why split up the Iconics in the first place? But I felt, I thought she really nailed it on here. Again, she is underappreciated. This women's division is basically nobody, because they don't make anybody feel relevant, because, one, your name has to be Charlotte Flair, or else, you're nothing. And two, you become a stooge for Nia Jax. Who will talk about how Miss Jax has a new lover. Oh boy, does she have a new lover. And I can't believe they're going to be going more further with this. But yeah, loaded roster with tons of talent, and you're just wasting everybody's time. Peyton Royce had it right on the money. Give her praise. Excellent promo. Told a lot of truth. Very heartfelt. And if she for real is frustrated, I don't blame her. Just like everybody working for that company should be frustrated, because they're all booked like crap. I still say this to this day. I don't know how anyone working there is happy. Well, if they are, cool. But when you see companies that literally allow them to just be them, even if things are swing and misses, hits or misses, like it could be in AEW at times, at least you are actually doing stuff that you're not intentionally trying to play games with your audience. WWE has no respect for their audience. They don't. And especially shows like this, when they think the crap they write is such good shit, when it's not. Or, when they can micromanage and control the narratives because there is no fans. The Thunderdome still has piped in noises. It's just, the past year, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, but it has been about a year now since all this all started with everything going on around the world. Again, WWE just shows what they think they can do. They do things that obviously they wouldn't be able to do if there's actual fans there. They boo the people they wanted to boo. They cheer people they wanted to cheer. If they didn't pull the trigger on the Roman Reigns heel turn, I bet you any money they be having the loudest piped in noises for Roman Reigns, and they be having the times of their life. But yeah, it's just, again, Peyton Royce, hats off to her for knocking it out of the ballpark in that promo. And I had to actually talk about Raw. Yes, I will talk about Raw very briefly. But first, let's check the live chat. We got JR. What's up, JR? Why did Braun from In Call Big Joe Stupid is actually Joe Macho Wrestle? What? I'm not sure what you mean by that, buddy, but thank you for joining me live, though. Anyways. But let's talk about the show. Like I said, let's actually somewhat go in order for this one. Because like I said, the first hour and a half, there was some things that I liked. Starting off with the stuff with the new WWE Champion, Bobby Lashley. How he is happy to be champion. But then The Miz comes out, getting ready for his rematch against Bobby Lashley. And he explains how he expected to be heavily beaten by Lashley, but he did not accept he lost the title. He vents his frustration at Shane McMahon, despite the fact he had already defended his title last week. Tonight, though, he's going to regain that WWE Championship. And Bobby Lashley came out. Edit theme, gold shining on him. He came out and just, even more so than last week, dominated The Miz. He no-sold him like a pro. And looked like a dominating monster. And as you figured, he retained by getting Miz to tap out to the Hurt Lock as he wins the title. Now, it's looking like now he's not going to be defending the title at Fastlane, which, with what I think is going to happen, a little bit disappointing. Because when you want to see Bobby Lashley, or your world champion defend at every pay-per-view, but again, it's still a tough call here because, they're finally, after booking him like crap since he's come back in 2018, they're finally booking him right, gave him the world title that he definitely deserves, like making him this like a dominant monster, basically the newest, Brock Lesnar, basically, in WWE, with the booking he's getting. But gosh, I still feel for Drew. I still want Drew McIntyre to get that. Again, my thing is if they want to literally give Drew the title at WrestleMania, just to give it back to Lashley afterwards, fine. Just to give Drew that moment in front of the fans that he was not able to get last year. But it still in some ways kind of hurts Lashley a little bit. I don't know. Again, it's still a super tough call what I want to see happen at WrestleMania. Bobby Lashley, get a long reign with the world title, as he should. Or Drew McIntyre, get a moment in front of actual fans, organic, cheering fans, they should have gotten last year when he won the WWE title for the first time, and he defeated the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. I don't know. Like I said, it's such a tough call because again, they're already making booking Lashley right on the money, but a 7-week reign this should be a longer reign than that. Heck, even if they wouldn't have him have a reign for a year, go for it. But like I said, it's just such a tough call because it's a shame again the hard work Bobby Lashley's put in for 16 years. It's in some ways he kind of made himself a freaking babyface with his feud with The Miz. But again, it's a tough call. What do you guys think? What do you guys rather have happen? Do you think Bobby Lashley should get the long title reign, or should Drew McIntyre get that moment at WrestleMania that he was not able to have last year? I mean, if they wanted to maybe wait another year and have him have that at WrestleMania, well, I don't know. What do you guys rather have? Drew McIntyre win the title back at WrestleMania, or Bobby Lashley get a long reign? What are your thoughts, guys? Let me know. We got that. Speaking of McIntyre, he claims how Lashley took the easy way out to gain the title, instead of Lashley actually beating him to get the championship. So obviously McIntyre's on a quest to get back the WWE title, but then Sheamus attacks him backstage. And he basically just said he's tired of living in a shadow, blah, blah, blah. Which ticks off Drew McIntyre, and we get a no DQ match made official. I'll skip over the next thing and go straight to this no DQ match with Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. Outstanding. These two again have excellent chemistry. I mean, as far as them trying to continue this after the story they told in last week's match, I thought it was odd, but I'm like, well, they could be making the argument that, Sheamus did defeat Drew in the gauntlet match, and he was pretty clean. I think he won too. So it looks like they're probably going to just give, Drew like another big win or something like that at Fastlane. At least get these guys, get them on pay-per-view. Yes, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus on pay-per-view, I do agree, because again, they have excellent chemistry. You can tell these guys are really good friends, and they've really gel well together, which is why their matches have been quite stellar, I will say. I mean, the title being on the line would have been nice for WrestleMania, but this is, a different route here. So, if the idea is for Sheamus to put over McIntyre on pay-per-view before facing Lashley for the world title, or even if they want to put the world title on the line, awesome. Because this no DQ match ended in a no contest. Again, these guys brutally beat the hell out of each other. The match ended when the two of them collided into each other with the steel steps on their heads. And basically knocked both of them out. They called off the match as it being a no contest. So again, they're getting a match at Fastlane. What will the stipulation be? Quite frankly, if I had a choice, like, where do you go from no DQ? I'll say 3 stages of hell. There's not too many feuds that give me that inkling. Like Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, that felt like it could have been 3 stages of hell. Heck, if you wanted to do Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa 3 stages of hell, that calls for it as well. Several feuds, but this, with the great chemistry in the ring, I mean, yeah, the story's been very lackluster because they basically did a wet fart with it, with how they had it go that route. I actually, honestly, would not mind seeing Drew McIntyre and Sheamus fighting a 3 stages of hell in the main event of Fastlane. I mean, we've already recently seen a last man standing match, so I'm good with that right now. So, why not 3 stages of hell? I think it would work. Just my opinion. But that's probably going to be the main... No. It's going to be one of the matches at Fastlane. One of the bigger matches. But, still have Roman and Bryan, I'd say, main event that pay-per-view. Oh... Well, that'll be good. I look forward to see what we get out of that match. And then it goes downhill from there. Well, first off, let's talk about some of the odds and ends. We're having Xavier Woods defeating Shelton Benjamin, and apparently even before this match happened, it's announced that New Day have earned another title opportunity against the Hurt Business. Why? What have they done recently? I don't know. But they're getting their title opportunities because. I mean, the match will be fine, but, why are they getting an opportunity? Don't know. That's right, because there's literally no tag teams whatsoever. But with them being in the midst of a feud with Retribution, Kofi Kingston and Mustafa Ali, I don't see them winning the tag titles back. Matt Riddle defeated Slapjack. Obviously getting ready for the match next week with Matt Riddle and Mustafa Ali for the U.S. title. We had a segment with Charlotte Mandy Rose and Dan Brooke basically asked, hey, what's your plans for Mania? And they were just like, well, we'd like to be champion. And Charlotte's like, haha, sup, not happening, basically. That's what it was, and it's for sure true. You really think Mandy Rose or Dana Brooke's going to be fighting for the Raw Women's Championship WrestleMania? Unfortunately not. Again, I would love to see, since she still has the title, Asuka and Rhea Ripley at Mania. But somehow, someway, Charlotte Flair is going to be involved in the Raw Women's title picture for Mania. It's just happening. I'm sorry, but it is. Speaking of women, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler finally defended their titles against Naomi and Lana, who earned that opportunity, 2 months ago? I swore they've had that opportunity earned ever since the night after the Royal Rumble. And they won a very suck-ass match. And wanna know why it sucked? Because Reginald is now staying side by side with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Because Nia thinks, oh, he's kind of cute. Ugh. We're getting another Nia Jax love angle. Remember how bad it was with her and Enzo? This is going to be worse. Reginald was cool at first, but ever since they've had him, they're overexposing him way too much. They're giving him way too much TV time. He's doing stuff that just is so wonky, makes absolutely no freaking sense. And now he just feels like it's kind of how it was with James Ellsworth. It's like it was good at first, but then eventually, okay, enough. At least they try to go a different route with his character, which helped a little bit, but again, still nothing that special after a while. Same with Reginald. It's like, okay, he's done some stuff with the women in the ring, but then it's like, now it's just like, you don't care anymore. That's how I feel. So yeah, I don't care the fact that Nia Jax and Reginald are in love with each other. Two more things. I'll mention the main event. The main event was Randy Orton and AJ Styles, because AJ basically, ridiculed Randy for how weak he has become with all this stuff with The Fiend and Alexa Bliss, and then they have a match, and then, just like always, it ends with a distraction with Alexa Bliss, and Randy Orton barfed up black ink again, whatever you want to call it, like all this tar, and shot like a fireball in his face again, even though 3 of the 4 ring posts lit up, and AJ won. Like I said, I literally just don't care about this Randy Orton Fiend stuff until the Fiend actually returns, because we've gone around in circles, done this stuff how many freaking times now, and like I said, it's just, I'm bored by it. It's just like, how many more times are we going to be seeing Alexa Bliss and Randy Orton, just laugh at each other and just not bully each other, but just laugh at each other and just do weird things to each other, and nothing comes out of it. Again, that's why I've lost so much interest in this Randy Orton and the Fiend feud, because now it's just dragging on, and it's like get on with it. That's what it needs to be. But at least it's not as bad as the last thing I want to talk about. Braun Strowman comes out to the ring. First off, not in his tight-ass gardening outfit, because, again, he makes it look like the gardener among men. He came out to the ring last night. And this happened twice. He comes out, and he says, basically, he's like, I don't know what Shane McMahon's doing to me, but it's not nice, and I want to beat him up, but I don't want to get fired, so I just want to ask him to come apologize. I don't want to get fired. When has Braun Strowman ever cared about keeping his job? Braun Strowman, for crying out loud, has flipped over semis. He's thrown Roman Reigns off of a higher end while on a stretcher. He has literally just massacred the man. He pulled a freaking scaffold down to fall on top of Brock Lesnar and Kane. He's done a bunch of crazy crap. He, for crying out loud, put his hands on Adam Pearce, even though, again, it just came across. Well, here's the thing. If Braun was a heel again, that would have worked. But the fact that we're still supposed to cheer him, even though he's doing heelish things and coming across like the world's biggest crybaby, like they booked a Big Show at times, then I actually would care. But the fact that he's a face and doing stuff that makes him sound like the world's biggest crybaby or something like that, and then just And stuff like, he's a freaking monster, so he's destroying things and wrecking havoc, and he's going, oh, I'm mad at Shane, but I don't want to lose my job, so I just want an apology. It's like, Braun, what are you doing? So Shane came out, gets to the ring, gets toe to toe with Strowman. He was just like, I apologize. He walks away. I think he's still going to tell Strowman something like, what? No, not now. No, not now. And he walks away. So you thought that was it, right? No. Oh, no. It did not end there. Later on in the night, Shane McMahon was backstage. Now he's basically like, now I'm ready to talk. And send Braun out here. And what's first, Robbie? I see Robbie sent me a voice message. Let me get through this, and then I will play that. So Shane comes out. Braun comes out. Shane's like, oh, I'm sorry, my microphone's not working. Oh, is this on? Is this on? Okay. Braun, from like a psychological point of view, you seem to be getting a little upset. Is it something I did? Okay, I will tell you what's going on here. I'll tell you why. You're going to be interested. You're going to be like blown away by it. It's going to be like some groundbreaking thing. Like, just you're not going to believe as to, I don't know how I can explain this to you about how upset I am with you. Or why you should be upset with me. It's like Shane McMahon basically, for a good 5 to 10 minutes, while Braun's going like, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? It's like, first off, Shane McMahon basically was beaten around the bush and implying that he thinks Braun Strowman is stupid. And why? And like, why would you even have the balls? I mean, then again, Shane McMahon has a lot of guts in order to, do something crazy. I mean, he jumps off the top of, Hell in a Cell, for crying out loud. But why on earth would he think Braun Strowman is stupid? I mean, if the story going here is, again, and the thing is, too, is last week I said how it felt like, who's supposed to be the face, who's the heel here. Now it feels like they're making Braun Strowman the face and Shane McMahon the heel, but it's a very forcibly scripted way of doing so. Like, basically Braun Strowman's upset because he was not in the Elimination Chamber. He wants a world title match, but he's not being given it to him. And Adam Pearce and Shane McMahon are playing some vendetta against him, which I don't get why. But it's because Shane McMahon apparently thinks Braun Strowman is stupid. Well, here's the thing. One, also, Braun Strowman says he doesn't want to get fired. Again, what's Shane McMahon's job? Again, reminders I keep saying. Shane McMahon was fired. Well, on screen. Was fired back in October 2019 when he lost to Kevin Owens. How in the hell did he get this job that he has back? He all of a sudden has this power over everyone, making decisions. Like, what is it? Like, I don't get that. And then, why is this storyline basically, Braun Strowman's stupid? But why? Like, that promo he cut, like, he was like, first off, doing heavy breathing, beating around the bush. It looked like he was basically just like thinking the inside, like, okay, how much longer? I gotta drag this out much longer. Like, he looked lost. Shane looked lost. And then Braun's in the ring going like, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? Why am I out here? Just like, dude, kick his ass. That's who you are. It's your Braun Strowman. You wreck havoc. You kick everyone's ass. Even though it just goes back to the whole thing. They've made Braun Strowman basically a child's toy. Like, he's not some badass that just, wrecks havoc and gives no shits. Now it's like he's he's, letting, Adam Pearce and Shane McMahon bully him, tags himself out of a match and lets him lose. He lets Shane McMahon basically stand there and just, beat around the bush. He's being Dr. Shane McMahon because according to these classes he's taken and whatnot, this happens. This is it doesn't work. It's stupid. It's overproduced, and it's just insulting. It makes no sense. Why? Again, if you wanted it to be this case where it was something a little bit simpler, where it was basically Braun Strowman's upset. Again, my thing was switch the roles. Have Braun Strowman be the heel, and Shane McMahon the face, and have basically Braun be upset. He attacks Shane McMahon because Shane's just Shane's not giving Braun what he wants, even though again I don't get what Shane's role is, and have a match at WrestleMania where it's okay, basically anything's legal. If you win, you get a title shot. If you lose, you're fired. Is it that difficult? Why do you have to go to this whole route with beating around the bush? Oh, I think you're stupid. That's all the story is. Shane McMahon thinks Braun Strowman is stupid. Who's entertained? Are you not entertained? No. It's so dumb. And even talking about it just hurts to talk about. It just feels like I don't even know what I'm even talking about with this. What good TV is this? Oh, I just think you're stupid. That's why they're fighting. They're fighting because for no reason at all, Shane McMahon thinks Braun Strowman is stupid. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we may have gotten an early candidate for worst segment of the year. Because again, this was just awful. And then Strowman goes running back after Shane, and it looked like Shane jumped into an SUV but drove away, and then Braun goes the other way. Shane comes from out of hiding and basically goes, haha, what an idiot. Dumb shit there. That's not good shit, that's dumb shit there. But, again, that was Raw. Other than the no DQ match with and then the stuff with Bobby Lashley, again, I didn't care. I gave this Raw a D+. I gave it a D+, and again, that Braun and Shane stuff, bullshit. That was hot fire, abysmal dumpster fire garbage. Again, that just... I don't even want to know what they're going to do next time. It's one of those views where it's when you think it can't get any much worse, it gets worse. But, let's first play what Robbie has to say, and we'll react to that, of course. Let's pull it up. Let's see. What does the King of Sound Style have to say? Once I get this pulled up here. Come on out. Okay. Here it goes. First, wait, hang on. What's this? Oh. Spam. Alright. Anyways. Let's see what Robbie has to say. I'm turning this up.
Hey, Mikey! Hey, man, just wanted to give you a small update on the fantasy booking live stream that I'm looking forward to doing with you. I am hoping we can do it maybe next weekend. I just need to finalize a few things regarding the booking itself, but I do have a blueprint in mind. I have finalized the results of this fantasy booking because it's a tournament, I can say that. But other than that, yeah, I'm hoping we can do it sometime next week. And just don't worry, my friend, I'll never replace you with Cameron Grimes. As much as I love Cameron Grimes, I will never replace you with him. But I will say this, and I think you'll agree with me. Mike Ruggiero, steaks and shrooms.
Oh yeah, because Robbie knows I love my steaks and shrooms. Yeah, again, Robbie, definitely send me the info. Next weekend, it's very possible. Yes, I would be up to doing. a collaboration at some point. Again, it's been a few years now. I think we've done a collaboration, but definitely. But yeah, my Pajero steaks and shrooms. I eat them, and I feel like I'm going straight to the moon. Man, I wish I had as much. I could eat steaks and shrooms as much as Cameron Grimes gets all the money, basically. But yes, thank you again, Robbie, for sure. But yeah, I am looking forward to doing that, definitely. So definitely keep you guys posted when that happens. But it looks like we're going to be getting a Horseman reunion coming up soon. Let's check the live chat though before we go off the air. Jared meant to say, why did Braun Big Show get called stupid? That's kind of like what the Big Show, remember when you're the best in the world, I guess, yeah. How did Daniel Bryan versus I can stroll McIntyre, who would win the title? I'm not sure what he meant there. How many titles does Brock Lesnar have? Like, he's 16 times. Nah, Brock only has been... Brock's been champ 5 or 6 times, maybe? Hang on. Hey, Siri. How many times has Brock Lesnar won a world title in WWE?
Here's an answer from Wikipedia.org. Lesnar is an 8-time world champion in WWE.
8 times?
8-time world champion.
Wow. Okay, 8 times. Yeah, that's enough for me, for Brock, for sure, with those titles. What's up, Mark? He said Raw, boring, for sure, gave the D. What's up, Tyler? When is Peyton Royce going to AEW with her husband? Honestly, it kind of surprised me she hasn't gone there. I mean, especially if they've broken her up with Billy Kay. Why not? You're gonna get better booking there, and you get to be able to spend more time with your husband. I'd be okay with that. Was it stupider than Braun and Corbin in 2018 and 2019? I don't know. I feel like it might be because, Corbin and Strowman was bad, but to me, it just was what it was. This feels like more flat out, like, like purposely insulting. Like, you expect much better from those. I mean, I feel like the match we'll get at Mania will be good. We have, like, a guy who likes to wreak havoc and a Daredevil, but the build, it's going to be shit. It's going to be absolute shit, for sure. Quit making Strowman look dumb. They already have. Again, you want to know how Braun Strowman's become a child's play toy? He's gone again from the monster among men to the babysitter among men to the gardener among men. Well, he's kind of the gardener now, but keep in mind again, his vignette is a choo-choo train, so he's the choo-choo train among men. Again, you made him to a babyface. All you had to do was have him keep being himself, and instead, you made him into a child's play toy. Who would have thought the man who was basically Superstar of the Year in 2017, his reward? He wins the Raw Tag Team Championship at WrestleMania with a 10-year-old kid. And the only thing significant about that 10-year-old kid is the fact he was a referee. It was John Cone's son. But yeah, total BS in that. And I don't know why Lana's still here. We'll never know why. But yeah, that's going to do it, guys. But don't go anywhere, though. Because coming up very shortly, within the next 10-20 minutes, I'll come back up here live again. And we'll switch the ranting to the power of positivity. P.O.P., baby. And talk about the top 10 AEW best matches of 2020. I was supposed to do this stream on Sunday before the pay-per-view, but unfortunately, my internet just crapped out on me. And, again, had issues. But we'll see. we'll see where it goes with that. But yeah, that's coming up very shortly tonight. I'll do that, and of course, just my other live reviews throughout this week as well. So yeah, big top 10 special coming up here very shortly, later on tonight. So guys, next up my Raw review. Again, gave it a D+. Didn't give a single crap about the show, well, except for McIntyre and Sheamus and Bobby Lashley. I don't need any more Braun Strowman and Shane McMahon. If they want to just stay off TV until WrestleMania, fine by me. Just fine. Just fine. That's going to do it. Guys, again, what are your thoughts on this show? Leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. Slap a like on the video. Subscribe to our content. Come on my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandAir93. And stay tuned, guys, for the second live stream tonight. Will be my top 10 AEW best matches of 2020. So until then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll see you guys all very shortly. Peace out, everybody.